Hey everyone, what is going on to episode 6, the Marvel Strike Force? Thanks very much for coming, and we are very happy. Wait, it was Goofy, he was late. Not my fault. I know people will blame me, but it's his fault. So we're going to start with some public announcements. Hey guys, thanks very much. Massive shout out to the guys who we hit 81 views on the last episode. Absolutely massive support there. So thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it with you guys. It is the best mobile community, which is the MSF community. We love you. Thank you very much from the MSF Roundtable. So we're now on Facebook, so you can go and check that out. We're sort of working on how we want to do that. We'll do publish the live streams to that, and probably the content creators, and definitely other content creators. I'll work on how to add them as admins, and then they can add their content as well. Another good thing is we're streaming live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. We have. So we got requested that the stream will be up until probably about half an hour after this, and then it'll be taken down, and then the edited version will be added to that. So if you guys are on YouTube, thanks for jumping in. We've got Lex, Dapper, I think, and Nietzsche monitoring that. So if you guys are doing chats, definitely will respond to that. We do have a new intro trailer. I'm super proud of it. Lex helped us out with it. It's done on free software, so I like it. It's amazing, and you'll find that on the next episode.
We work with the tools we are given. That's
it. I'm super proud of it. So hopefully you guys like it. Definitely write in the comments when the video comes live on Monday morning. And we are also working on another introduction where it'll have all our icons come up, kind of like the Marvel Studios thing. So we're working on that one. Our boy Lex Lethal, he's been doing all the image work, as you can see in front of us. We've done a real good facelift this week, so hopefully you guys really enjoy that. We are monitoring the chat. And so definitely have your questions in that. My boy Lex Lethal does do jobs, I guess, or whatever. So if you guys are trying to get like an alliance thing or some photoshopping, he's your man. Hit him up.
Whatever you want.
You can't offer hugs. I tried offering hugs for this. He wanted a cold hard cash. So unfortunately, guys, you will have to. He's done some really good stuff, though. The introduction page where, Thanos and the gauntlet, that was him. Some amazing stuff. We've also excitingly added a Q&A section at the end of the stream. So we'll be part of the chat. So if you guys are writing questions within the chat, definitely write some questions for us. They can be to a specific streamer. It's a lot easier to identify us now because we've got all the names up, and we'll talk about that at the end. All right, guys, that concludes the public announcements. Pretty exciting. We have the Blitzes DJ himself. Thursday nights, for me, it's Friday afternoon, so I tell you what, it's the best way to start the weekend. He rides the magical rainbow roller coaster ride. He's my man, Sage. What is going on, brother?
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Roundtable. I'm super happy to be a part of this. Thank you for having me on, Mendogs. Everyone else in the Roundtable, I can't thank you enough for your guys' support. I really appreciate you guys. Obviously reeling me in, but more importantly, embracing what we don't have as Blitz, and for me to bring it to you, I'm so honored to do that for you.
If you guys haven't seen it, it is a hell of an entertainment thing. As I said, it's Thursday nights for our American counterparts. For me, it's Friday afternoon. Have a couple of beers and the insane's the hell of it. So if you haven't, comments, the description below the video will have his one. Definitely check him out. Thursday nights, you're going to be checking him out, DJ in the Storm. And then Friday night, you can be here hanging out with the MSF crew. How good is that for a start of the weekend?
Party.
So, Sage, tell a bit about yourself and, streaming and your account and stuff like that.
Well, pretty much. So I play MSF just like you guys. I'm a 6.9 million TCP. I'm in the Snake Hole Lounge Alliance, and we're in the U7.4 difficulty. If you haven't been checking it out, you guys can see that on other days when it's not Blitz and DJ. And pretty much, I was a DJ who kind of turned into a streamer by default when I didn't have a place to DJ. So social distancing has brought me here now. Unfortunately, I don't have a real job, but this has become a job for me that I love. It's been a really awesome ride so far, and I really, really, really love the entire community. Everyone's embraced everyone's different personalities, like Crayvis and Dapper and Goofy and Nietzsche and Lex and Xero. So it's been amazing. I mean, there's other guys that are bigger and smaller as well that are all a part of this, and everyone who's watching this understands that the big picture is to really bring content, information, and I guess for me really is entertainment. Since I can't do it for anywhere else, I want to be able to use what I have and my skills and my talents and my gifts to still be able to share with everyone. So it's been awesome. It's been really awesome.
Man, we are super happy to have you on the show. Thanks very much. So we're going to be introducing the rest of the MSF crew. You know them. So our in-house Kraken of the MSF crew, the king troll of PvP, the suavest man dressed on this MSF roundtable, Dapper. What is going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? So from last week, I've done a little improvement. My main account is a 9.3 now. My alt account finally hit Dark Dimension 3, beat the first node, and that is like a 4.8 TCP, and just almost got the whole Black Order to ISO 5.
Yeah, very nice. That's pretty exciting, man. How is your symbiotes coming along?
Oh, my symbiotes are getting along real good. I got my Scream, all abilities, T4, Gear 13, almost 14, and just working on the stars on her. She's right now 3 reds, 4 yellow.
That event will help you get that.
Absolutely.
MSF's community loudmouth foul, the duck noise himself. My streaming buddy Crayvis, what is going on, brother? How you doing?
What is going on? Well, this last week, Pound Puppies actually managed to 100% use 7.0, so we've moved on to 7.1, and we can 60% that pretty easy. It's probably going to take us a couple weeks to 100% it, because we still got a couple of weaker members, but we're kind of getting there. A lot of them are hitting 75. And Tails are just still kind of plugging along, just farming the bejeebers out of everything. I've still got a Phoneix that's unusable, and I hate it. But that's because the gold crunch is real, fam. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate
it. We'll be talking about trade mats later. All right, so here's our in-house graphic artist, the goldfish with its fastest growth, growing little big count. The people's most lethal streamer, Lex Lethal. What is going on, my brother?
What's up, dude? What's cracking, man? How's everybody doing tonight?
Chilling.
Yeah, I'm just slowly creeping along, man. I finally hit like 1.49, and I almost got my DD2 team finished. Just started working on AIM so I could start finishing up the campaign Villain 7-1 so I could start working on Asgardians, or Hela in particular. And then I'm ready for this next line of Legendaries we got. I'm going to be unlocking a bunch of Legendaries, so I'm pretty excited about that, man, and that's about it.
Good, man, good. He's the clown prince of MSF. Check him out on YouTube for some super good advice. My man, Goofy! What is going on, brother? Tell us how you been. The crowd goes wild.
I'm good. I'm doing good. So, I spent 7.2 million on Monday when I unlocked Phoneix. Brought her all the way from level 1 to 75, all the way up to gear tier 14. I'm excited and also saddened because I now have no more gold. So that's pretty much where I feel. But I got into Dark Dimension 3. The hell,
congratulations!
Yes,
I'm still waiting with like 38K. Like, one of these days we gonna get done with this damn purple gear. One of these days.
Listen, so pretty much basically we started from the bottom, and we never really left. So essentially right now, what we're trying to figure out is just, listen, let's just get through Dark Dimension 3 as quickly as we can in 4 months. And then let's see if we can bring in Colossus next. And then after Colossus, bring in Carnage, and then try to grind it out to get Shuri and Emma in there. But listen, we started it. We're in Node 2. We have 17 targets or tunes left. And then after that, we're going to Node 3, where life just changes as we know it. So listen, I'm excited. It was a really good week. I'm excited about it. I'm going to cry about the gold, and then we're going to move on. But, we're starting from the bottom. Still there.
All right, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to start that hell that is Dark Dimension 3. Can't wait for Dark Dimension 4 either. My goodness. He's the unofficial leader of the Horsemen. He's pretty much Apocalypse. The PvP tournament champion. My boy who never sleeps. Nietzsche, what is going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing? Love the show. Love being here every week. I do want to give a shout out to Venora right now. Supposedly it is her birthday. And
happy birthday, Venora!
She's here in the stream. Apparently that shout out thing does not work. But there's her Twitch. Follow her. She is awesome. And happy birthday.
Get excited, guys. We're hoping to have Venora on for a special Halloween episode of the MSF. I believe it's like episode 10 or something. So hopefully we can get her on. We're all going to try to do costumes. So that should be an absolutely amazing event. So yeah, thanks Venora for the raid as well. I do a monthly birthday stream. And the streamer that brought us all together, and I think we can all agree on this, the stream with the biggest threats, but the best hugs, Xero356, what is going on? 365. 365.
Damn. Can we could just re-edit that, It's not a huge deal. It's just my name. Don't worry about it.
That's why you're all labeled, so I can tell.
Only 356 days out of the year, not 365. Nope.
What about 720?
He takes Christmas off.
720.
So, for the guys that normally come in my stream, with completing U7.1, U7.2 into U7.3, oh man, if you guys didn't see the clip that Thunderbird had put down, he could probably go grab it and put it in the chat if you guys want to watch it. But my alliance leader, he literally came out here and watched me fuck these guys up. It was incredible. I loved it. And we can edit that part. But I also, progression through DD3. I'm on the double fist node. I'm taking it very slowly because I'm not trying to get double fisted. I'm only trying to get fisted just once, not twice.
Wow.
I'm not.
Zero's going for the most ducks in this one.
Like
Only one fist is good, but if I'm having two fists, well,
it's too much.
Yeah, it's not going in. But other than that, yeah.
And I am, of course, the only Men Dogs. And look, big shout out. Thank you very much for jumping in. Look, every Friday we're going to be having a party. Join us for the after party. That's when stuff really goes kind of sus. That is 100%. That is the definition of Xero. All right, guys. So moving into the news for the last week. So, hey, guys, there was a blog post today. I'm not going to read all of it, but Milestones. Emma Frost is coming back. I bet Goofy is really upset by that because he just spent all that gold. Sage, what do you think of the Milestone update? So, the changes to the Milestone as well as Emma coming back at the same time. Are you prepared for it?
Well, first things first, let's just say this. The Milestone event is basically going to screw all the hoarders like me. So it looks like I'll be doing an orb fest all the time now by opening a bunch of these orbs, which it's not bad. But at the same time, I do like some of the things that what we will be able to talk about is with these milestones. Number one is hopefully these seasons will make it something a lot better where we can have different orbs that will help everyone else throughout their time playing the game. Now, with Emma coming back, I feel bad for Goofy because he spent all that money, and now he's going to have no money trying to get Emma again. So unfortunately, everyone has to get ready for Emma and spending money again. But the reality is, by goodness, you have to get back. We need to get our Emmas leveled up. If you haven't been using Emma, my goodness, I'm sorry. She is a amazing character. At the same time, getting her will be the same type. She's the Halloween treat that we really need. She's not a trick, guys. She's not a trick. The only trick that she plays is pretty much that you don't have her right now. So I really do feel like Emma coming back is a big deal. This might not come back for a while. So I don't want to, now that we know what she can do and how great she is, I think you do actually have to go hard on her this time if you didn't do the first time. I really do like Emma. I feel there's a lot to go with her as well.
Goofy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so the Milestones is kind of just like, in my opinion, whatever. It's just I'm not necessarily a big fan of that portion of it. I feel like there was better ways that they could have done that. They could have doubled up. They didn't have to take anything away. Whatever. That's just kind of where my thoughts are with it. I could give more insight, but I feel like it's just going to be angry insight. So let's just keep this positive. In regards to like the Emma aspect, once again, the frustration is just them not spacing things out correctly. It's yes, we want Emma. Obviously, we want to be able to upgrade Emma. But my big issue is always, you're trying to get money and you're trying to force people to spend their hard-earned cash in order for you to be able to get characters leveled up. Now you're gonna have to spend on gold offers. I don't care about whatever they said in the data mines where there's gonna be gold events or you're gonna be able to get gold. No, whatever. Realistically, how much gold are you gonna have to spend in order to be able to upgrade a character from level 3 to level 5 eventually, right? Really like do the math on that,
That's a lot.
It's frustrating for me to see them kind of just not caring about the player base where it comes to spacing things out. You just release Scream, you're releasing She-Hulk. You have to level up those characters, right? If you want to use them. I know a lot of people are just like, yeah, She-Hulk is not good, whatever, but people are still going to be spending to get She-Hulk upgraded to put on their Fantastic Four because they need war defense. So that's still going to be a thing. And then also you have Anti-Venom that's coming out too as well. And then now you're going to bring in Emma as a part of the process too. Come on, please, like space things out better. Just Jesus, space them out better. That's all I'm asking. Space it out better. I love the characters. Don't stop bringing them in. Don't stop doing the events, but just be a little bit more concerned about your player base. That's just all. That's just all I'm saying.
So what we're talking about is two things. There's the milestone seasonal ones, which people are obviously giving an opinion because we can't hoard it anymore because they'll be seasonal. I'll talk about my preferences to that. And then we're obviously talking about the MA, just in case people are getting confused with, there's two different issues. Nietzsche, what do you think about the seasonal as well as the recurring? Emma.
So I'm personally okay with the seasonal milestones because otherwise I'm just sitting here always banking. And just holding my orbs. And if you tell me, hey, nothing's going to change in the future, then I'm free to open them. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind the whole seasonal thing. I hate saving orbs anyways. And then as for the recurring Emma, I'm cool with that. I got no issues with that. I want my Emma 7 yellow stars, and I think she's at 6. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to her coming back.
Xero, what do you reckon, brother?
Brother, I reckon something, but I'm not really affected by it as much. If I do it, I do it. But with my Emma, she's already 5 red, 5 yellow. She's a complete tank for like me. Just her sitting right there. Mm-hmm. So whatever they're giving me is just icing on the cake. I'm not really too concerned. The only concern is anti-venom. That's it. That's all I want.
Yep. Dapper.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's actually really good for me because I have my main account going to have Emma 6 stars, and my alt account will have her at 4, going to 5, and as I talked in the last week, my alt account has specifically focused on Marauders with Emma Frost. They're actually about to be all ISO 5 as well in that account, and having a stronger Emma Frost is the icing of that cake. Now I don't hoard no orbs or nothing like that, so it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll talk a bit about what I think of seasonal and stuff too. But can't wait for Emma. Is all I can say. Crayvis, what do you think, brother?
As far as like the milestones go, I really don't like the idea of seasonal milestones, and I'm going to tell you why. How many of y'all like your beta orbs? How many of y'all like your gamma orbs? There's going to be one set of characters that you need out of one of those goddamn orbs, and you're only going to be able to have a 5% chance at it 2 weeks out of a month and a half, or however many seasons they do. I don't like that at all, unless they've really upped some drop rates so you can actually get some shards of some of the rarer characters that, like, really, people that start the game now, they're going to need a way to get some Symbiote Spider-Man. Because he's going to be important, especially, like, he's one of the best answers for DD2 without having to farm Star-Lord, because he can get you done too. So I don't know if I love the idea of milestone orbs, but again, this is just based on the orbs that are seasonal that are currently in the game, that being a pile of doo-doo.
And Lex, what are you feeling about this, brother?
Yeah, so being more earlier on, I guess player, it does affect me in some way. Like I guess I've never really pulled anything good like that great out of the alpha and the beta raid orbs. And so being seasonal, I mean, I don't know. I guess there's really nothing we can do about it, but the Emma event, yeah, I'm excited about her coming back just because there's really no other way to farm her, especially for free-to-play players. It'll be good because, they'll have a way to try to unlock her. I know a lot of people didn't get her the first time that she rolled around. And so, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that she's coming back. I understand what Goofy's saying, though, about them spacing things out a little bit better. I kind of agree with that, too, in a sense. A lot of it, can be about money, but, so yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's a bit early for the Emma Frost, but especially after all the packs that they're trying to sell at the moment, with She-Hulk being 100, and for us in the land down under, we're paying was it 80 dodgery dues. Look, she's not cheap, and then we're going to be doing that.
It's crazy. That's what I was saying. Like
dodgery dues. All right.
Unfortunately, I know we'll talk about later, but a lot of things like they do that, it's just trying to get you to spend money. So
it's business. They need to spend money. The milestones, I think will be a big hit if they do it right. Me and Sage were talking about this before the show. If they do a seasonal one where they take away, so there's no Gamora, there's no Nebula, there's some really good characters in there, and they don't have to be the best. I'm not saying have Emma, Symbiote Spider-Man like just top notch, but constantly evolving that to actual characters that are worth something. I think that could be really good. We don't know what the milestone seasons are going to involve. So in one hand, yeah, it's kind of bad. You can't hoard. I know a lot of people were hoarding the Symbiote Spider-Man, or 4 Symbiote Spider-Man. We'll talk about that in a second, about the issues with that. So I think how they deploy it will be whether people like it or not. So Symbiote Spider-Man came to we might as well move into it. Symbiote Spider-Man came to the milestone orbs. I opened like 50 before they fixed the percentage. We got 5 shards. I got 5 shards. I don't know if anyone else got any more. I got 5 Symbiote Spider-Man shards. Are we happy with that? I mean, I've no Reddit's
I got 10.
exploded.
I got 10. That twice.
I got ripped.
I don't know if anybody else did, but I ended up getting it twice.
Did this affect anyone?
I don't know who else it affected, but they sent me
I didn't get any Symbiote Spider-Man shards, and I opened orbs like everybody that I'm in guild with opened and didn't get garbage. So like pretty much everybody was affected by it, and like either 5 and a screw up or 10 symbiote Spider-Man shards probably ain't going to be enough. I don't know. Like you might want to throw some currency with that. Maybe throw a little bit of gold too. Like, do you remember how currency packages used to look? Let's get back to that because that was a pile of fecal matter. There, I found a prettier word than doo doo.
$1 due right there.
I see other people in the chat are saying that Kenshi got a 20 SSM. We got 10 and did not open any orbs. So other people are experiencing the same thing.
But different choice. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I only got 5.
Yeah, I only got 5 too.
5.
They worked out how much you spend.
My question is, did you open any orbs?
I opened about 50.
Negative.
I'll write
I don't hoard orbs.
100.
Being an early on player, I was gonna say that too. I don't hoard orbs. I open pretty much all of them.
I think the most important.
Sorry, no, Sage, you go first, please.
Yeah, I just think the most important part of the whole thing with the orbs and the hoarding and the seasonal thing is the reason why I hoard words. The reason why I hoard orbs is because when I don't have gold, like Goofy has right now, right? Example, I need something to supplement that. When I don't have what else is like mega orbs, or if I don't have like something where I can pull, if I have a character that I need to move from 15 to to the next level for the rank up, or if I need a premium orb that's going to be something like, oh, I'm going to get a 50 drop possibly. That's why I save so much, because in the case where I farm and characters come out, just like Crayvis and Goofy were talking about, where if you have a character like Emma coming out and you have a bunch of people that are coming out like She-Hulk and Anti-Venom and all these things, what in the world would I do if I didn't have all those orbs to help supplement the leveling, the rank up, with what Dapper was talking about earlier, by making sure that like, hey, I can level up cleanly and not worry about, oh, well, I guess this next month is me just, kind of just being a real FTP player, and nothing against FTP, but just being a real, I can't spend money, or I got to just wait it out for another 3 weeks. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And for anybody that's in here that thinks that, hey, I'm going to have 1 or 2 orbs, maybe once a week is going to be able to get by with Emma, you're completely out of your mind. There's no way that any of us are going to be able to do anything. And thank goodness for all of us that have been watching the streamers and other people that are around, She-Hulk, thank goodness she's not good right now. Wait for the next 2 weeks and see what happens, because guess what? Maybe we'll finally know what she can do. But at the same time, you got Anti-Venom. We know what he can be capable of. We know what Emma can be capable of. We have no freaking clue what to do when we have all these orbs and all of a sudden, okay, now I can actually decide, I can put stuff, I can get training mats. How many of you guys are waiting for training mats to level up a character? Guess what? Now we have these orbs.
Not I.
You know what I mean? Now what happens if you don't have that and you got to wait through a whole week to get these seasonal orbs, which might come out of nothing? Crayvis is right. It needs more stuff in it. And for players like Lex who are on the low level, it may help them. But at the same time, if you're a mid-level player, you're definitely like, especially for Dapper, he's at, he's higher. He's at 8 or 9, I think he said, for TCP.
9.
What's going to happen is they're forcing you to get money and buy.
So I think it depends on how they do it. They just mentioned it. We don't know anything about it. It could be a really good system. We don't know. ISO 8 has been a very good system, liked by a lot of people, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But one fun fact, if you guys didn't know, you can actually play with Anti-Venom if you take Mr. Sinister into the Scream event. And you can clone Anti-Venom and have a bit of a fun with there. So you'll be able to have all 5 symbiotes on one team, plus Mr. Sinister. That's a pretty groovy team. So definitely check that out, guys. I think he's going to be super required. and I'm happy to part my dodgy dues. But yeah. So 14 days towards Halloween. Lex, you were talking about this event. Do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Oh yeah, the 14 days Halloween 64 gold promo credits. That's coming in. I think it's going to be great because those always help with 7-star and characters, and they try to sell them in the offer store for crazy expensive prices. So 64 is all right. I think they could have given us 100. Why 64?
Yep,
I have no idea that specific number. I think 100 would have been better, but whatever. They most definitely have somebody sitting down with a spreadsheet like, no, this is how many we're going to give because such and such. So
we need
but
to
it's cool.
starve them
I'll
just
take it.
enough. And get them just close enough to have to buy an offer.
Just enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Just so they'll say, click, I'll spend the money.
So we
Russell's up my jimmies.
We just had Phoneix come out. Obviously, we know how much Goofy spent. And the next one is Star-Lord. So, guys, make sure that you're getting your Ravagers or Guardians up. Are you getting an upgrade Sage this time, or with either of the characters? Did you get an upgrade with Phoneix? Are you going to get an upgrade with Star-Lord? How are you tracking for the Legendaries?
Well, let's just say this. Star-Lord's already ready to go for me. He's already at 7. I'm really happy about that. But at the same time, Star-Lord for me isn't going to be the character that might be useful for you. He might be in great areas in different parts, but right now, definitely not useful for me in most game modes. He is a great player, but not for me right now. Phoneix, I leveled up to 7. Like I was telling some people earlier, a lot of people are this is what round is this for Phoneix actually getting released? Is this 4?
I think
Does anyone know?
I believe.
I think it is 4.
I want to say it's more than 4.
Once she got released, and then it was like we've had more ways where she got exclusively be released after that, right? So this, for me, in my time, I think for my level or for some of you guys, I got mine to 7, but at the same time, there's no more low Phonexes in my arena where I can try and kind of bait out a win. So I definitely have to have a stronger arena team at this point to make sure that if there's a Phoneix on a team, I need to have a strong Phoneix. Right now, there's just so many big Phonexes out there. She's really thick.
Yeah, I've got the same problem.
With 3 C's.
Has anyone added ISO to Phoneix? The recommendation is not. Has anyone actually done it?
Done
she
what?
is with Storm, so ISO 8 because the summon doesn't get it. I've done it to level 1 because I've got Storm there, and I believe she's a skirmisher or striker, one of those two, just for those double hits. But did anyone go harder than that for Phoneix?
No, but I'll tell you what happened with my Phoneix is that I put it to level 1 scrimmage. My Cyclops was 4 striker, and my Colossus is like 3 or 4. Whichever one gives you the barrier. 4 fire.
4 fire.
I'm gonna come to your house, Xero, and crush that cricket.
What?
Where's my fly swatter? Where's the fly swatter?
They lost against the Mercs in a match because of the ISOs.
Yeah, ISOs.
So be careful.
ISOs are proven to be a very effective way to sort of increase and bring new life to the characters. Does anyone have anything? Are you upgrading? We'll quickly go around. Goofy, we know that you spent $1 bazillion on your unlocking your Phoneix. Are you going to get an upgrade with this Star-Lord?
Yeah, so 2 things. So Star-Lord for me on the main is going to go to 7 stars, which, in all honesty, I don't really use him anymore other than Blitz and other than for the Doom campaign. So for me, a 7-star Star-Lord is just like,
yep,
yay! Here's my 7 gold, 6 red star Star-Lord that's gonna do nothing for me. So fine, I'll upgrade him, whatever. But then on another note, On my baby account, I'm going to be getting a 6-star Star-Lord, and I already have other 6-star, Guardian characters. So I'm going to be able to go in and start Dark Dimension 1. So there's some excitement, where that is concerned. But overall, for me, like it's different. I mean, Star-Lord is obviously a great, and in my opinion, the best early game legendary that you can get. There's so many different things that you can do with him, in terms of getting through the Heroes campaign, getting through Cosmic, getting through Nexus, starting Dark Dimension 1, using them for Dark Dimension 2 with Minerva. It's easy, right?
Yeah.
Once you use both of them together. So he's a great legendary, but for like some people like us who've replayed the game for a little while, your Star-Lord right now is just like, okay. But for my baby account, I'm excited.
He's critical for me getting Dark Dimension 2 out of the way as quick as possible. So for you new players, definitely Star-Lord is definitely the best intro legendary. He does fall off, but who knows? Maybe there'll be an update for him. Nietzsche, you've got, I think, the biggest account here. Maybe you and Dapper are arguing about who's got the biggest. Did you get any upgrades or no change?
I mean, I got my stream to Gear Tier 14, Doc Ock to Gear Tier 14. I got...
Which are all legendaries.
Thanos. Yes. I got Thanos, Black Bolt, Emma to level 4. I've almost got Black Bolt to level 5 on his ISOs. But that's about it.
Xero, you getting any upgrades for this legendary or with Phoneix?
So I have Star-Lord already maxed out, 6 red, 7 yellow. Phoneix, now I'm gonna tell you something. Striker definitely needs to go on her, like at least to level 3. And for me personally, dude, like at least in arena, she is such a big help right now. She is just hitting everyone back to back to back. And on top of that, it's like, all right, Black Bolt, get in there. Come on.
Go get you some. They's low health.
Go
get 'em.
Go get
in there. Get in there.
I'm sitting there. I'm just like, dude, that's that's good. And then Dark Phoneix comes out. And I'm like, well, it's useless now. Get out of my face.
In a bit, we will show the updated Remanx cheat sheet. Unfortunately, I don't know who else helps him with it, but a big shout out to those guys. Absolutely amazing work for all the testing that they are doing. Dapper, did you get any upgrades for the legendary events, either for Phoneix or Star-Lord?
On my alt account, I was able to unlock Phoneix, and a lot of people are having the same issues like me with the training mats.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't bring her to Dark Dimension 3 because I don't have enough training mats for it.
Yep. I got the same problem. Mine's stuck at 71. Crayvis, any updates? Upgrades on either?
Well, Big Crayvis did pick up Phoneix at 6 stars. Little Crayvis ain't getting nothing, and I'm not actually farming like hard for Star-Lord because there is other ways to get through Dark Dimension 2, and I'm going to be taking one of those other ways because Star-Lord is basically worthless after you're finished with Dark Dimension 2, and I'm not gearing Guardians again because they're just a blitz team. They don't counter anything in war. They're not going to do anything for me, so I'm not wasting the gear.
Fair enough.
It's pretty much how I feel about him.
Lex, how you doing? Did you get any? Are you going to get an unlock this time?
For Phoneix? No, I didn't. I'm not getting Phoneix. I didn't get Phoneix this time. I still got a little ways to go. I got 1 3-star, 2 4-star, and 2 5-star. So I'm getting there.
Nice.
Hopefully the next time around I'll be ready. But Star-Lord most definitely will be my first, another unlock for me, my first Star-Lord unlock or whatever. I don't know how hard I'm going to go on him because, as Crayvis said, there are other ways to go about Dark Dimension 2, and there's other teams that I've already currently been working on. And so I might stick with them. I'll probably work on him a little bit in the background, but I'm excited to at least unlock him.
Very cool character in the MCU anyway. Didn't really know of him previously to the movie, so Chris. Oh, which Chris was that? Chris, not Hemsworth, the other one. Chris Pratt, yes.
Chris Pratt,
Yes.
yeah,
Chris
Pratt
Hansen.
killed it.
It's Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
Upcoming
And there's
blitzes.
Chris Evans.
Oh, Chris
Chris
Evans, Captain
Evans,
America.
yeah.
Can't forget him. So we've got the upcoming blitzes, Pyrotechnic. So we're going to get Pyro. Awesome character to get because he is in the War Store. So definitely go pretty hard on that. And then She-Hulk.
Farm.
Look, from what I've seen, not breaking any numbers for her buying it, for people buying it, just due to and a lot of talking on stream, talking to my alliance and stuff like that. I'm spending how much on a defensive team. I'd love to know your thoughts about both those characters. Sage, what do you think of those two characters? In a blitz context, obviously, not.
All right, let's repeat that question. Let's break it down real quick. Let's repeat the first part of that question.
All right, so we got Pyro and She-Hulk. So you excited about those blitzes? And then what do you think of She-Hulk?
All right, I'll be dead honest. I think the more important one for me, and probably for a lot of people, is probably going to be Pyro over She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Let me explain. Pyro is a war character in the store. A lot harder to get. I can get She-Hulk down the line. I can still blitz, and probably with her 2 blitzes still be able to unlock her. But if I want to get Pyro all the way up, for people that are trying to level the Brotherhood or Brotherhood 2.0 or other things like that, for me, I think Pyro, more than last week's Bullseye, more than last week's other characters, Pyro is by far a better character to get. Number one reason is because Brotherhood 2.0 in war is really good on offense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one for me. And the other thing is that with Pyro, I don't want to waste my war credits on him because there's other characters like Mr. Sinister, like Sif, like X23. That I'm trying to get up rather than Pyro. I'd rather blitz harder on him, and I don't want to blitz, if that makes sense. I don't want to blitz, but I'd rather get more on Pyro than anything else. Now, at the same time, She-Hulk, if she had a neck, she might not.
What about a face that wasn't sculpted out of clay? Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's by far one of their worst artworks. It's like it doesn't even look.
It's
like
booty.
It's so bad. And
she looks like Taylor Swift. It's Taylor Swift, I'm telling you.
On the low,
so
on
yeah,
the low
actually,
page.
you're right. It does look like Taylor Swift a little bit with that hair, like that, like hair thing that she's got going on. I just She-Hulk. There's so many other things that they could have done with She-Hulk, and I really don't feel like She-Hulk is a game changer just yet. Like I said, we'll wait a couple weeks. We'll see how she really pans out. But Namor now with the ISO makes him a little bit more dangerous and a little bit more worthwhile for war. Whatever team he goes on, if you want to use him on Zemo Hydra, if you want to use him on a couple other pieces in broken teams or whatnot, like maybe Avengers, if you want to do that too, who knows? But realistically, She-Hulk, she's a defensive character. There's probably something else that we might be missing with She-Hulk and why she's not good right now. What is the problem, and why is She-Hulk in the game? That's the question we need to be thinking to ourselves. Why is she in the game? Because no one right now knows. And I'll tell you right now, Fantastic Four on defense is really not made for that. I mean, they're completely an offensive war team. The great thing about that team is essentially shields, assists, and Johnny Storm flipping debuffs. Other than that, I mean, Thing is kind of pointless. He's just hanging out there waiting for an assist. Like, hey, someone tag me in, coach. I'm ready to go on WWE right now. But there's no other reason for Thing to be there. I mean, I'd rather have She-Hulk and Namor be in that team rather than Hulk.
Let's jump on the rumor train for a little bit. Apparently, there's a new faction coming out, A-Force. It's Avengers, but the female version. So, like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, all those other ones are going to go into a faction. That's the rumor. So maybe she's just a placeholder at the moment. But yeah, a lot of guys have Namor already geared. Why am I gearing up a defensive team? Is pretty much the solution. So we're just going to quickly go through a couple of other things so we can get on the main topics, guys. So we've got some events coming out. So double drops on the Mercs, great team in War Defense. If you're going towards that, so double drops on that. We are also having the current hand event. I'm not spending any resources on them. I think I'm on stage 4 or something. And then we only have 3 days left. Get out of here. And then we only have 3 days left of the ISO event, the Milestone event. It's been absolutely fantastic to really get some good stuff there. The second piece of the thing is the ISO 8 FAQ. You guys would have already seen it. We're just going to quickly go through it. Was there any changes that you didn't understand when you read this post? Did you think, oh, actually, I thought it was this? We'll go around the table quickly. Sage, did the FAQ throw any spanners in the works?
Come back to me on that one. I need to think more about that. I really do. I feel like there's a lot going on with it. I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to really go through it, but I think the biggest thing, and maybe some of you guys will probably agree with me, I think the biggest thing when I first started looking at the ISOs was the first question that's up there really is, it's what is a primary hit? And by far, that's the one that threw me off. Like, does it impact an ult? Does it impact a basic? Does it impact a special? I mean, now we have the actual correct information here, but I mean, they're saying it's the first attack on the primary target, but I mean, who knows what if that really plays into be the right deal. I mean, there's some things that are like a little bit less problematic by writing that and having to explain it later on that they could have done better. That's how I feel, but maybe you guys can think better. I mean, I haven't gone through it all, so I don't know. All I know is I see the first question here.
Shameless plug. I did do a video about this on my thoughts. Goofy, anything that really popped out in the FAQ?
Yes, I was going to mention a primary hit, but I'll move on to the next one that I had in mind, which was the summons. That was a curiosity of mine too, as well, where, for a long while I was trying to figure out, okay, well, is Phoenix, because originally some people were like, yeah, put Striker on Phoenix, and I was like, but does that work on Dark Phoenix? So that kind of cleared up. And then also as well too, you're thinking about other summons, Mr. Sinister, like things like that. I was just like, okay, well, originally you're like, okay, well, maybe you can put Skirmisher on, on Sinister just in case, but now you're just like, okay, well, it's probably not really worth it, if it's not also gonna affect the summon that he also takes out too as well, or even Striker. So you could put like different classes on him just to see if the summon will get it. Because what if you clone Ultron? What if you clone Black Bolt? Like then that would make sense. But in this scenario, like, well, it doesn't really matter, or it doesn't affect the summon. So all right, well, cool. I'll just go with the alternative plan, essentially.
Nietzsche, any glaring points?
I mean, not really. I think most of it was pretty much outlined by Reman. At least I'm just actually now looking at that post. I hadn't read before, but I had read Reman's, and it's very, very similar.
Yep.
One of the ones that I was curious about was active healing. What exactly that affected, and also the the skirmisher counters, and what was the other one? Like the stacking of that active healing bonus of 5% on top of the heal that you get at level 3. Like, does it actually increase that healing or not? So I think they do provide some clarification on that, which is nice. I think it's a pretty good post overall, just to help clarify everything.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Xero, any glaring things that you're like, oh, that was good, or you pretty much understood most of it?
Yeah, I mean, Goofy pretty much hit it. For some of the guys that haven't seen it, I mean, Thunderbird gave me the fact for Facebook, and it literally gave you the formula on how to calculate, what goes into like this character, this time this equals this, and I'm like, I can't read, dude. Don't show me that stuff. Get that out of my face.
Yeah.
But if you guys want, I would go on there and look at that. If you guys are like some crazy, making bots for Discord, you probably make $1 million off of that if you really wanted to. But I mean, like I said, they already hit all.
Yep. Dapper, any points you wanted to mention that haven't been mentioned previously?
Not really, because pretty much everything's been covered, and unlike a lot of people, I don't really focus on reading that stuff. I just let Remanx break it down. He has a nice chart that he provides for everybody, and it helps me to pick out who I want to put it on.
So the one that we're showing is the Remanx chart. They've got a couple of updates to it now as well, where it shows the different stages as well. So like if classes change between, so one that is definitely something that's very weak is stage 1 is for Fortifier. And so he's got the breakdown there. Does anyone have the link that they can chuck in the chat? It will be on the description of this video on Monday if you haven't already got it, or if you're part of my Discord channel, it's pinned in the general channel. Crayvis, do you have anything from the FAQ?
Not necessarily. I didn't even actually watch it because they seem pretty self-explanatory to me. Kind of disappointed that it doesn't affect characters like Phoneix though, because that's part of her kit is to fucking die and do that, and it's ridiculous that ISO 8 can't affect that part. Like, I get that we don't want Ultron bots to have 100,000 health. That makes sense to me. I'm down with that, but there has to be a difference between minions and other characters that are summoned, and I feel like we could do a better job with that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they do change that. I know me and Goofy talked about it on, I think, his stream, talking about how it's part of her kit she's changing into a different form. It's not that she's, it's not summoned in that tense. So
you didn't kill her. You hit the taunt that she put up and made you kill her. Like, that you shouldn't be penalized for that. It's just weird.
So it's interesting to see if they do change that. Lex, any final points on the ISO FAQ?
Yeah, no, not really. Goofy and Sage, pretty much, you guys covered it all. And I just the thing about the summon thing, that pretty much clarified that for me, and that was it. The rest of it I didn't really go through. So
fair enough. Yeah, so guys, Remanx is doing some amazing work in the community, so definitely check that out. I always give him a big shout out and thank you whenever I'm in his stream, so definitely check him out as well. He's doing a lot of testing for us, spending some of his own money just to really test this stuff out. And I forget who the rest of the guys are testing, and it doesn't actually say on the chart what it is, but yeah, thank you guys too for all that hard work for doing a lot of testing. I'm actually finding that I'm doing my own testing, and I'm finding that everything that they've done is pretty much where I was leaning to. All right, guys, so we're going to move into the main chat. We're going to try to keep these because we've been going for 50 minutes. So ISO 8, just want to get a quick snapshot. We've been doing it for 2 weeks now. Sage, what are you thinking of ISO 8? Are you still enjoying it? You hate it? Just a quick summary of what you think.
Absolutely love ISO 8. Let me tell you, ISO 8 now is getting me more cores. More cores. I don't have to core my way through raids anymore. Bless you. Thank you so much. My goodness.
Agreed.
My goodness, if I have to core anymore going through raids, on a team that I already upgraded and pretty much either purchased,
Mm-hmm.
it's so much easier. Like, I know there's a lot of different, like, teams and things like that can go, but let's be honest, like, whatever level you're at, you can go 2 to 3 more nodes deeper. That means more rewards. That means more cores. That means more gold. That means more of everything. ISO 8's amazing. At the same time, I think there are some pieces that they certainly left out about explaining about how to actually use the ISO 8s, in which I've been going over on my stream the last week, because we have gone through. How many of you guys have made some mistakes putting ISO 8s on and you accidentally put a 3 or 4 on and you didn't know?
Yeah.
And you looked on the first little notification, and I've seen Goofy do it. I know Ken did it as well. And so it was one of those things where, like, it's not like you did it on purpose. It was just like you didn't quite know and understand what the little slide was up at the top. And at the same time, you're like, well, all right, it's not a big deal. At least it went on a character that mattered, like Hela, or it went on Thanos or whatever. But the thing is, most importantly, is that ISO 8 is amazing. And I really feel like there's a great bonus with it. I don't have to core much. I can go deep in raids. I'm doing about 8 nodes now in raids, which is, I was doing 8 on cores, and I'm doing 1-shots with 8 and no cores, which is incredible. So that's just where I'm at. I felt like finding the way to place the ISOs and also just a little quick thing was knowing that you can go from 1 to 3 and skipping the actual pricing of fusing, so you don't have to waste those resources. I think, and I'm gonna say this, I really feel like we need to slow down on the wide, like giving all your characters like a wide range. I think we need to make a bunch of different teams, go 5s on your team, and don't do a bunch of people. I think you just need to go high on your, go up to 3, because we know 1 is okay. Because those resources where we're going to be getting short on, or that we're either buying in the store or whatever, however we're going to get them, those are the ones we're going to have to farm the most. We're going to have to farm those over we farming the actual ISOs themselves, because if we can't pay to put them on, what's the point of even farming them?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's
Dapper.
where I'm at.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I agree with pretty much everything you said. Dapper, what do you feel like? Quick snapshot of ISO 8, your feelings.
Yeah, I'm really loving ISO 8s. I'm placing high in the arenas, and just like Sage was talking about, we were able to beat U7 difficulty 4 with no cores or little refreshes, and difficulty 5 seems like it's difficulty 4. So it's just our first run, we were like almost 80% without even trying. So it's a real big game changer for us.
Crayvis, what are you feeling?
ISO 8s kind of are just good. I mean, they just took everything that we had that was good, and it said, hey, do you want them to hit more times? Because you can. And it's like, absolutely, I want that thing. Where do I sign? So yeah, like they're all around good. I've seen other games do really bad things with something of this nature, and this is not that thing. So I'm all positive on it.
Lex, what do you think?
Yeah, so the ISO 8 thing, especially, dude, for earlier on players is amazing. Things that I was having difficulty doing, I'm obviously able to do with much more ease. It's a whole nother farm that you got to do, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just something else to do that you got to, save for. But I think it's great. Yeah. And it makes everything easier. So I got no complaints about it.
Goofy, what are your thoughts on ISO 8?
Yeah, ISO 8's I've always loved the idea of ISO 8 since the very beginning. I've never been like negative about ISO 8. The only thing I didn't like was just like their starter kit. Like Get the heck out of here with that crap.
Yeah, those offers.
Yeah,
The
Spend
offers
your,
are
swipe your
horrible.
Visa.
$50 for like whatever that was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
for pretty much basically no real upgrade or progression whatsoever. So I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, get that with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I've always liked ISO 8s because of what they could add to your team. Like I said, I mean, I think everyone has already said it. In Arena, I went from being in 170 to being in the low 100s and being able to crack 100. It's been a godsend, in a lot of ways for me. U7, I go through it. Usually I time out with the Ultimates node or don't do very well with the Ultimates node. At this point now, because of the double hits, the extra heals from Minerva, I'm chilling. You know what I mean?
chill.
So I really do like ISO 8s. I think it's really good. I mean, it's getting to level 5 is almost like the equivalent of having like 2 or 3 red stars on your character. So it's really, in my opinion, it's really, really good. You just gotta be smart about how you're going about using your ISOs. Not every character, like, you gotta really figure out, okay, well, which one actually works on what character, figure out the teams that you're gonna be using, and then making sure that you figure it out at the level 1 stage first before you decide to upgrade. And then also think, like, for me personally, like, I have Striker on Hela, which is probably not recommended, but for Dark Dimension 3, Striker works really well on her. So therefore, I have not upgraded very high, but because I know that eventually I'm going to want a level 5 Raider on her. But for right now, I'll take the level 3 Striker. I've made that decision, but that's because I've realized that works for me and what I am doing. So you really got to figure out exactly what's going to work for you. Follow the tier list, follow what Reman is saying, use it as a baseline, but also don't be afraid of experimenting a little bit, but also don't upgrade the hell out of it without figuring out exactly what's going to work. And please, only select a small group of characters. Don't go ham no lettuce on upgrading 25 people.
Leave Nobu off. He don't need it. Nobu's fine.
Nobu is our savior.
Nobu is our
Don't
Lord
do
and
that.
Savior. Don't you curse Nobu. He is our
Right.
Lord and Savior.
Level 5 Nobu with Striker. No, don't do that to yourself. It's not this.
He's gonna hit him again for 13 damage. Just you wait. He's coming back with a spaghetti noodle.
Nietzsche, what are you feeling, bro? How's your thoughts on the ISO 8?
So, a few thoughts. I was just taking some notes. I do think it helps now. It is nice that, U7 has become easier. But on the flip side, we have to consider that the game, they aren't changing U7 now, our current gameplay. However, the next raid they release, they're going to add ISOs to them. So we're going to have to readjust our strategy based off of whatever ISO they put on that enemy character. So yes, the game's going to get a lot more complicated. Sage had mentioned, bring up a few characters to level 5, get that powerhouse. I would have to say I would disagree with that. I think spreading it out of your roster, it costs 81 ISOs to upgrade one slot of your 5 to level 5. It costs 1 ISO to upgrade that first level tier. You're adding a whole nother ability to that character by adding vulnerability. By it's very similar to adding a slow to an ability that you upgrade from level 1 to level 2. Was just damage, now you added a slow. So I do think there's a lot of value to upgrading all of your characters that you use to at least level 1, just to give you that extra little buff. But yeah.
Xero thoughts and of ISO 8.
I think it's fantastic because now I actually can compete in arena instead of sitting around getting hit multiple times with a black order. No, now I got everything on my little arena team, and I'm set now. Now I'm actually under 30, where I wasn't there like before ISOA. I could barely get like the 95, but now I'm able to go all the way that low because I did spend all my resources pretty much on my arena team, so I'm not spreading the wealth to the rest of the crew, but they're useless anyway. Like they're just pretty much a blitz team, but they're all in my raid team as well. Yeah,
We wouldn't have needed them, right?
I don't need them now. I'm chilling.
Now they good. Now you got it done.
It just makes you more competitive. You make them a whole lot better. Like now I have a whole bunch of 100k tunes that I didn't have before ISO 8. So now it's like, all right, well, this is making this perfect. Like with ISO 8, it's for the competitive side. Like if they start adding into PvP, a lot of people are gonna get mad. But with the way it's going for the community, it's great. Besides, like or like if you suck at arena, well, get good. I guess like sucks to be you.
Yep.
But like ISO 8 is making everything better. Raids better. We're moving quick. It's moving faster. Like they're probably gonna have to make some more difficulties sometime next year, probably towards like the end of the year, if they see like people are getting bored with U 7.5. So now we're just like, all right, like give us more. They'll probably make more classes too, like or buff the healer. The healer and the fortifier, they need to get buffed. Like it's complete garbage. Like it should be at least what for fortifier. It's what like you get 15 or 10,000 barrier.
Yeah, I think it's
that's not
level 1.
It'd be nice as a
level
percentage
3
of your health, wouldn't it?
Level 3 is the
yeah.
percent, so it's pretty good. But yeah, the first one's pretty trash.
And
you know what? Actually, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead, Sage. That way you don't lose.
No, I just want to follow up with what you were saying about that fortifier thing. It does suck because at the end, if you do decide to actually go up and level up that fortifier, it doesn't cover all that extra 30% that it gives a character who actually gets a barrier already, which they need to change. So I agree. I agree with what you're saying now. And then for late game, or not late game, but for late upgrades, it's going to change a lot. They need to change that.
I was watching, I think on Remanx stream, he was bringing like fully ISO teams into battle, and like I think Thanos had close to 1 million health. What is a 30,000 barrier going to do? Just shut up. That's worthless. To 10% of the character's max health. It's fine.
Yeah. And that's why, so like with the infographics, like, whenever I'm going to like Facebook or, to like someone's, they have like a Discord for infographics, literally named infographics.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, put Fortifier on Strive. Do this, do that with Fortifier. I'm like, dude, Fortifier is not even useful right now. Everyone should either have what? Striker, Raider, Skirmisher. I hope they're working on healing. Healing for the symbiotes right now is fantastic.
I put healers on tanks because they can at least kind of keep people up a little bit. Because
but Fortifier
is nothing.
Because Fortifier to be able to add it to something else and actually make it useful, it needs to be at least like 25% of like the health, or like because now you're adding 125% to that whole character. So now it's gonna help out. But now it's like, all right, well, we're gonna move aside from that unless they want to take the ISO 8 and make it level 5, and you made your bed, you sleep in it.
Yeah, unless they go backwards and it actually gave you like say it gave you like 125%, right? And then it goes up 5% each time that you level it up. At least it goes backwards, so at least it fortifies your level 1, but it doesn't absolutely destroy the leveling when you get to like level 5. You're like, this is absolutely ridiculous and impossible, or it's just too weak where you're at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
like it just like everyone's gonna get mad about it, but this is a new thing. Like they have to be able to build on it. They have to see what works, see what doesn't. Obviously Fortifier does not work, period. I'm pretty sure Remanx is over there having a massive stroke because it doesn't work. You have to get it to a certain degree where it can work.
Yeah, I actually use Fortifier. Okay.
I was just gonna say, so I like how early it is to new players. So level 55 is when it unlocks. I like the switching class. There is some classes a lot better than others. It's a brand new system. I think overall they hit it on the mark. They can change it, as we've just identified. Fortify is not great. If they make a couple of tweaks, I think it could be a very good one. But at the moment, it's really hard to justify chucking that fortifier on. What I also do like about it is it's a catch-up mechanic. So they are, and that's why I think they delayed the simming of rates and stuff like that. I believe they are working on U8. So obviously that'll have ISOs in mind. So obviously it's going to be a bit harder, but it helps you get there quicker, right? Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 2, Dark Dimension 1 is going to be easier. Not super easy, but it's going to be easier than without doing this. So it does help people catch up to the newer content, you know. So Dark Dimension 4 is obviously built towards ISO 8, so you're going to have some real good mechanics there. So I've been, me personally, I've been increasing my arena team, my raid team, and then sort of branching out with that level 1 for teams that I actually use in war, not just anyone, just the main teams, and then sort of working away. So for me, Phoneix was the last legendary I needed. Now I can actually start working on teams for war, because I've got my my arena team really good. Oh, sorry, and also my Dark Dimension 3 teams are my main focus. We're going to move to the next one. So we're going to talk about offers. This isn't an offer review. We're just talking about the, ever since Scopely, they're doing a lot more microtransactions. We were talking about this before the show, so Sage has some really good points. We're going to use, say, like last week, a couple of bucks for 100 Venom shards was a pretty good deal. Sage, tell us what you think about the new offers that are sort of coming out.
So we had to talk about this before we got on, and I really feel like I want to get back. I want to get back to where I was, not spending money. I want to get back to where I was.
Amen,
not
brother.
being a gun.
Amen,
I
brother.
Right?
Can I get a hallelujah in the chat?
That's like something.
Hallelujah.
I mean, I give all the credit to anybody who's kept it through, especially COVID or being in quarantine or whatever. Even if not in COVID, you guys, if you guys have not spent money, you guys have been killing it. Like, stay there, don't spend money. I was a free to play until COVID hit, and basically I felt like, wow, these offers have been overly they've been almost too good for the $4.99s and less, where it's like, all right, it's going to save me a lot of time, so I might as well buy it. But now I'm looking at the point in the last 2 months, I'm like, this is getting out of hand. I'm spending over what I really feel like I really want and need to. I mean, Goofy, as we know, is your home cheap to play, right?
Yes, sir.
And Goofy, like, when you see other guys spend, you're like, all right, like, I get it when you do. But when you do it, you're like, this makes sense for me, and it's going to get me into the right position, correct?
Very much so.
Okay.
Dapper's our resident whale.
Right. Okay. So now Dapper,
Kraken.
Dapper, how do you feel about having to spend? And the reality is, everyone comes on and we watch these, reviews and things like that. And I feel like, in a way, it's an advertising moment for them for free, rather than where they have a good one. It's almost like they're spilling it out of a pool, out of a box. And it's like, here's all the good ones. I swear, in the last 2 months, it hasn't been where, I could actually not spend. Like, this week, I was like, oh, I don't have to spend anything. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
That's why I feel like I'm going.
We're not saying that you shouldn't
Dapper,
spend. We're just, just bringing up the offers sort of thing, the compelling, how good the offers are. Obviously, respect to people who spend. It's your own money. Hopefully, you're not getting in debt for it. But,
right.
We're not saying that it's bad for spending. It's a company. It needs to make money.
Right.
They're doing a lot of stuff for free to play. We had sorry to cut you off, Sage. We had Supervillain Ben on last week. Free to play
totally
player
free to play.
is loving the game.
7 million account.
7 million account. He
Right.
loves it. I think it's awesome to keep the free to play players happy. He expects not to get Anti-Venom, right, until the event comes out, or he can be farmable. But we're just saying that some of these offers, you know, so last week they were doing a drinking game every time I mentioned Star Wars. So shots up, boys and girls. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, they are
I didn't
super
say it.
expensive. It's like $100 for something, right? Like, you know, the introduction pack is $150. It's easy to say no to that. It's very hard to say, oh, $5 for Venom. I need Venom. I'm going to get Venom. And that microtransaction
They're
thing.
gonna throw me a Mega Orb too? Sweet.
So and Mega Orbs. My goodness. Sorry, Sage, to cut you off. So we're not having to go at the whales, Krakens. We love you guys. We're just saying that. Yeah.
I think there's a place for everybody in the game. Hey, if you're spending, awesome. I'm spending. That, you know, I'm doing it obviously for content, and everybody in here is doing it for content. I can guarantee you that. And my only difference is that I feel like it's become very excessive for the non-whalers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If that's all it is. Like, if you're a Kraken and you're already doing it, dude, you got to keep going. You got to play catch up. You got to play with the big dogs. Like, you're in the move, you know, because if you don't, you slow down and you become at the back part of that pack. And
you get run over.
Yeah, you get run over. And Dapper, being our resident whale, how do you feel about what they're going on here? Do you feel like there's a lot of offers that have just been like, oh yeah, like this is what we got to do? Or do you feel like, ooh, they could slow down a bit? Maybe it's just a difference between the companies when they switched. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, you know, my thoughts of the company is always going to be completely different because obviously I would like them to make things more accessible in a sense. Like, for example, if you're not going to purchase She-Hulk, the company already knows that not a lot of people want to spend money on her. One, her prices is ridiculous. Two, she uses BioGear. Well, this month we had 3 characters using BioGear. You know, make it from her company out more reliable. But to be honest with you, She-Hulk is the only character I have not spent money on since the game came out, and you know, I'm still kind of like struggling with not purchasing her. But it's just the thing that draws me back is the BioGear. If she was something else besides BioGear, I would purchase her already.
Someone just brought up something really interesting in the chat, and I thought this might be great. And it was Trash Get Wreck Nerd. He said, "I'm F2P, but learn from the whales." And I think that's so important for us in this community, is that we're literally learning, okay, where are we putting our money if we do? And that's exactly what Dapper's saying. This is a great example. If he's struggling to figure out where to make this placement of cash, and it's only because if she's in BioGear, doesn't that make a sense for what we should be doing in the rest of our rosters? You know what I mean? Like, maybe like Bio is obviously Bio's oversaturated. Maybe there's something else that we need to figure out. How can we get more Bio and things like that, or whatever? I don't know. I thought what they said was very important. I thought it was really smart. And I take everything what Dapper just said very seriously, because that's so true. It's like, I don't know. I respect what you say, man.
Thank you.
So I actually have something to add to this. So Dapper was talking about, you know, the She-Hulk offer. I don't actually have a problem with the character shard offers. I don't think that's really where the whales per se are. Because, okay, yes, you spend some extra bucks, you get a character a little bit earlier. However, where the whales really fall in are your Red Star Orb offers, your ISO 8 offers. It's those offers that come out that you don't need. It doesn't get you a character quicker or anything, but you have to do it. And the Pack of Shame for Wars, you have to do it to stay competitive. You have to do it in order to potentially, for one, it's a chance, complete chance, as versus the character shard offers where, yes, you get some orbs, but you're going to unlock that character regardless. So I'm okay with the character shard offers. I'm always like, God, I hope they don't have any ISO 8. I hope they don't have any Red Star Orb offers, because if I don't get them, no one gets them. But I get excited for a character shard offer because I can unlock that character earlier than maybe someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true in a sense, but that's also the difference between the whale and the kraken. While the kraken is going to be forced on buying the ISO offers, the restart
Somebody
offers,
like Rem, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. While the krakens, while the whales will buy characters, a lot of times it's a flex. Like, let's be real, She-Hulk is a flex. You know, not a lot of people are going to really use her on war defense unless if you want to flex your huge Fantastic Four, or they just want to be like, oh, I have all the characters on lock. So that's the way how I see it right now with character release. And the red offers, red star offers, and stuff like that, I don't really buy them. So I learned a long time ago it was just a big waste of money, spending $50 and don't even get no upgrades on no characters. So
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about one more thing, and then we're going to move into the Q&A. So guys, get your questions, chuck them in the chats. The guys are going to do it, and you can ask either a specific streamer, or you can just ask us on our opinions. Last one is the training mats. Man, I'm feeling that crunch. My roster is built towards PvP, and as well as legendaries at the moment. So I restarted back in June. Finally got the last one, which was Phoneix, and now I'm actually working towards other teams to build them up. Train mats, we're going to start with you, Sage. Whew, do you think they're going to fix them? They really, the train mats, and especially getting ready for level 8, because we know that's coming, guys. Level 80, sorry, not level 8. Level 8, I wish. What do you think? There's going to be a gold issue as well. What do you think about those two things?
Yes.
Let's be real. You know damn well they're not going to do that. They're not. It's just they're not. And here's another thing. Like, when I was using training mats and leveling up players, I was like, all right, cool. Like, I need to do this. It for whatever level that we're getting to 15 now. Think about how much bigger it's going to be for that level upgrade. It's just, and then now we have all these extra training mat offers. Oh, we're offering 4,000 orbs for it's still bad. They're just giving you more, but it's still bad. There's no room. They're basically making it a longer time for you to jump. I don't
Link in the treadmill.
like it. Yeah, exactly. You're running on a treadmill. I just don't like it at all. It's such a bottleneck right now. Like the gold, they've relaxed on the gold a lot. Not a lot, but enough. They've relaxed on it
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
May I remind you, we start to have milestones here coming up here in a couple weeks.
The gold's going to be gone with the Emma milestones. I would just say if you're going to do anything for the milestones, if you're below a 5 and try to get her to a 6, you're probably not going to get her to 7. That's for sure. But if you're lower, if you're like a 3 or
that's me. I'm a 3. I got her at 3-star right now.
That's right.
You
Lex.
can get her to the next level in here.
Yeah.
You can get her to the next level in this. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's necessarily going to work on the others. The training mats are such a problem. It's such a problem. But I guess now where I'm at is different from where I started. In a few months ago, maybe even March, where I have a 15, 13 team, gear 13 team now, and they've all been now bunched up into 14s. So, all those training mats now are gone. I may still have 13,000 blues, but all those 13,000 blues aren't going to do me any good leveling up, 500 to 800 to 1,000 to getting into a 14. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah, I have a problem with I'm level 71 for Phoneix, and I can't get 75 because of train mats. I'll quickly go around. Dapper, how you find the training mat crunch?
yeah, like on my main account, I'm not really seeing it that much because since I've done so much like campaign and stuff like that, I have a lot green and blues. And when I started to run low, I also used the arena orbs to the Kingpin orbs to get more mats.
Okay.
That way, but on my alt account, it's a real crunch. Got my Phoenix to like level 67. You know, I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get her to 75 to enter Dark Dimension 3.
Yeah, I feel ya. Crayvis.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have any gold to apply, and then when I do get the gold, I don't have enough training materials to actually turn it into levels, and I just end up leveling characters until they get close enough, and I get sick of it, and then I go to someone else. So it's not a good. I hate it, but I'm with Sage in the fact that they are going to fix this, and the way that they're going to fix it is by handing you an offer and saying, if you just swipe your Visa, you can have as
It'll
many
all be-
training
all be
materials
good.
as you would
That's
like, my
it.
friend.
Right?
Do you need some gold? Because we've got an offer for that too. Don't you worry about that too. We've got that covered, right?
Yeah.
So like they're never going to fix it. So it's just going to kind of be what it is. So what you have to do, especially if you're a younger account, is focus on high value stuff first. They were talking about bio gear being a big thing. You're gonna want to take some bio characters up, and Drax probably isn't gonna be one of them. So stop gearing your Drax. Let's do some symbiotes. Like, come on, it's gonna be a thing. You're gonna want to do it.
That's it. Focus farming. Lex Lethal. What do you reckon, buddy?
Yeah, so it's always a problem, especially for me and newer players. Everything's always a problem. It's always gold's always a problem. Training mats are always a problem. It's definitely a crunch. I seen somebody talking in the chat about how they basically played for X amount of days without leveling anybody or spending anything to kind of hoard resources, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. You know, it couldn't hurt, but yeah, I'm always hurting for all that stuff. So,
I mean, in a resource management game, you're probably going to expect that. But yeah, we
Right.
had Supervillain Ben free to play, and he's a very nice roster. So a bit of patience is probably required.
It's a good-looking young roster.
Oof. Goofy, you just spent how many training resources on Phoenix? How you finding the train mat crunch?
So in reality, I personally am not experiencing the training mat crunch. For those who follow me in stream and have seen my YouTube vids, I am a very heavy resource management guy. Part of the reason why I was able to take Phoenix all the way up to gear tier 14 and level 75 is because I planned the heck out of my resources. So obviously that means I'm a cheap to play player, so that means that it requires me to play the game a little bit differently. So I am very careful in regards to how I level up characters, spacing things out. I'm someone that's very patient in regards to if I need to level a character up to level 75, I'll go one level a day and just be completely okay with it. That's literally just how I do it. Even if I have the gold, even if I have the training mats, I'm very disciplined where that is concerned. So I don't really experience that aspect of it. But once again, I have also just trained my mind that I am not a whale. I am not spending. I am not going to go out and try to make things happen. I'm just going to be smart about how I do things. So for me personally, I'm not experiencing that. In the very beginning, in my baby account, I did. But once again, I started to implement those same things that I was doing on my main account. And then, I'm at the point now where I don't really worry about that anymore either. So if you're not going to spend money in this game, you got to manage the crap out of your resources, and you have to put plans in place. You have to make sacrifices that you're probably not comfortable making, but eventually you'll get comfortable with it after you understand how much resources run out in this game. So for me, I'm not experiencing it, but I understand why others would. But I have just made up in my mind that I'm going to play this game very differently, and I'm okay with it.
Excellent. Nietzsche, I see you writing down some points.
Well said, Goof. Well
No,
said,
he's
Goofy.
drawing stick
Well said.
figures.
Yeah, I'm just throwing stick figures. Well, personally, I don't have a training mat problem. I've got 70 training mat orbs just chilling, waiting to be open because I don't need them.
Mhm.
But Penguin brought up a very good point. When you started playing the game, I think also has a big factor in whether it is a training mat crunch for you. Because I started, fairly early in the release, and there's a lot less characters then. There was a lot. You didn't have so many characters being released at such a high rate that you had to keep training people. You had to keep getting the newest character that came out.
Yep.
And now it's turned into that. There's always the next character is always better, pretty much, than the previous character release. So in order to stay competitive, you have to level up that character. You have to go after that character, and therefore you're spending more training mats than you used to. So I had them saved up over my, year of just regular, I guess you can call it vanilla MSF. And so now I don't have a problem with it versus some of the newer guys who are constantly having to get these new characters.
Yeah, that's a fair call on how long you've been playing for as well. I'm having issues, obviously trying to upgrade my guys. I've been trying to obviously chase down that legendary meta, so I finally got there. But and as Underdog mentioned, no, I don't have Fury. I'm slowly getting. I think I'm missing Oracle, the Kree. Haven't put any resources
Damn
on those
Kree
guys.
idiots.
Damn Kree.
Worst
But Xero,
part of the game.
Damn,
hey,
those damn Kree.
Xero, how you finding that?
So first of all, right, I don't do anything without asking Penguin because Penguin knows what's in my best interest. And then when I get his information, he says, "Yeah, don't do that." I'm like, I don't hear anything. I'm gonna go do that when I don't have mats or anything. So like a few months in, like Dapper was with me. I'm over here like, I don't have gold or mats. And I'm like, I take my wallet out and I'm like, "Hey, Dapper, watch this." All right, I got like 100 training mats and like 3 million gold. He's like, "Man, you shouldn't have done that. You should just waited." I'm like, "Oh, here's an Emma T14 right here, straight from level 1 to all the way to 75." But it's
Painful.
but now it's more of like, okay, if you caught up, you're gonna end up saving. So right now I have like a whole bunch of mats and a whole bunch of gold because I'm just like, all right, well, I pretty much brought up like like whatever's asking me in the my alliance because I'm more of a team player. Like, hey, we need better war defenses. So I'm like, okay, that's on my list. I'm like, all right, Mercs, they need some work. And Marauders, since they're the meta team, like like if you look at my Marauder team right now, oh, dude, they're probably the most annoying team, at least at my level. I'm not like M7 where he's got like a 700k Marauder team sitting around destroying people's lives. They probably already quit the war by the time they get to that point. But
Yeah, they don't even go that far.
But the mats, like obviously, like everyone said, they have to make money. They you have to make money, like with different character offers. I'm like, all right, well, $25 here, take that shit. I'm taking this. Give me that. That's mine. But they have to make money. That's pretty much what it comes down to.
All right, guys.
And I'm willing to support it because I like the game.
Yeah, I like the game too. We all do, right?
True.
We're all content creators. Obviously, we love this game. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't do content creation for it. That's going to finish up the main topic for today. We're going to move into the Q&A section, a new sort of area that we
Question
time. And so, you guys, any questions? Anyone write any questions throughout the chat?
Kenny Dangerous says favorite Marvel character each panel of member.
All right, Sage, kick us off.
Favorite Marvel character in the game?
I think it's
Yeah,
just
the
in
MC
general.
universe, the comic universe, or like the movie game universe.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other characters in the comic universe.
I think just
I'm
being
just gonna
generally.
start with game.
Just in the game.
My
Okay.
favorite character of all time in Marvel is Spider-Man by far.
Mhm.
But I can tell you right now, my favorite character in the game, and somebody asked me this the other day, and I had to take a long thought about it. It's Thanos. It is Thanos.
Mhm.
He's becoming relevant every time the game modes change. He's becoming relevant every time the game is now advancing. He's somewhat always involved. He himself is very much of an evolving character. So I think that's why you can run him in all different game modes. When a better character comes out, possibly as an overall, like Symbiote Spider-Man or Emma, well, Thanos has the ability now to beat them in a certain way with a team. So I think is interesting. So that's just me. Thanos
Awesome.
and Spider-Man.
Dapper, same question.
Sure. So I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I could say all the X-Men, but I will break it down to Phoneix,
Mhm.
and then also bring in the symbiote Carnage.
Yeah, nice. Crayvis.
It's got to be Deadpool. It's got to be Deadpool, and because he says many F words that I would like to be saying currently.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
allowed to
funny.
say, because I'm not Xero or Mendogs. I'm not allowed for the duck sound. It's gotta be Deadpool. Gotta be.
Lex Lethal.
Man, there's actually lots of characters that I like a lot. Like I like Captain Marvel, and I also like Scarlet Witch. I think they have really cool powers. But as far as the game goes, I'd have to say Emma Frost right now is probably my favorite character, and the symbiotes too. I have to agree with Dapper. The symbiotes are great. Venom's probably up there, top 3 for sure. I really like Venom a lot, and yeah.
Goofy.
Yeah, so if you see my logo, my favorite Marvel
Thor.
character of all is 100% Thor.
Yeah, I do like Thor a lot too. He's up there.
It's been my favorite character for a long time. Used to be Wolverine, but because the Wolverine is a close second, and a close third is Deadpool. Those are like my 3 top characters: Thor, Wolverine, and Deadpool. Those are my favorite characters in the MCU ever. In terms of like in the game, I really like Symbiote Spider-Man, and it's just simply because he's good, but his animations are bad. Like his animations
Are cool. Yeah, they are.
Say nothing
Yeah,
better
they
than
are.
web slam.
It's just fun watching
like,
his
eat
animations.
coffin.
I'm like, bro.
Nietzsche.
So
where's your
overall,
hammer,
I'm gonna
Goofy?
have to agree with a couple people. Deadpool, awesome character. Just outside of the game. Same with the symbiotes. One of my favorite being Carnage. Inside the game, I really like Mr. Sinister because of the clone. I like to be able to, pick whatever character on the opponent's team is going to benefit my roster the best.
Xero.
Oh, hands down, Venom. Venom got me to play this game and continue to play the game. So Venom, Just
Nice.
done deal.
My dad used to be in comic books, and so Spider-Man from the comic books. Absolutely love reading those ones. I've got issue 300, which is the first episode of Venom. So Symbiote Spider-Man is my favorite character in the game. So do we have another question?
Yeah, so okay. Rello says most looked for new character to add to the game.
Sage, we'll start with you.
We got a lot of questions, so try to keep them a little short because a lot of people are asking questions.
That's good. That's good.
Easy. Rogue.
Hmm.
Rogue. Bring Rogue in the game. Justice.
Yeah,
for
Rogue and Gambit. And Gambit.
Yeah,
And Gambit.
I was gonna say Gambit.
Dude.
Uh-huh.
What if she stole your powers like Mr. Sinister
Right.
clones a character?
I don't Here's my caveat about Rogue. I don't want any of those punk ass movie versions where she's just this child and everything is so.
No. I want the comic book.
I want the cartoon
comic book
that flies,
yes.
punches somebody, and they went through 3 buildings over there. Like
with the yellow
that's what I want.
outfit and the
That's what I want. Like you do not want me to take off these gloves. That's what I want.
I personally just want a Gambit just so that whenever I'm using him, I can just say, "Hey, Cher." That's really
Hey, Cher.
I want Gambit so I can leave Cyclops on the bench and go,
Moschetti.
yeah, I know you're better than him, but you're still a punk bitch. Sit down.
I want Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer, I think, would be
Silver Surfer.
Wow.
Yeah,
be
Silver
rad.
Surfer would be really good.
All
I've seen
right.
a lot of hype about him for sure.
Oh, he'd be amazing. All right, Lex, another question.
Brad C says, I got a question. Who's your favorite streamer to watch when not streaming yourself?
Ooh, Sage.
This is becoming like one of those like shows on E. It's like, eat the bad egg or do you say the streamer? People's feelings should be hurt here.
I mean, all I'm saying is, I love catching me a Goofy stream, man. Like, he brought out the Thor hammer earlier, and I was like, oh my god! Like, it was some shit. But if y'all haven't checked out my boy Sage and his Thursday
I was
night
just gonna
DJ,
say that. Yeah.
like that's gonna be your new
Thursday
favorite
night
damn
DJ.
streamer. is
Yeah,
what that's gonna
Thursday
be.
nights are for Sage and his DJ night, man.
I'm not gonna lie.
I stopped in there and I'm like, I'm not even gonna compete with this because there's just no fucking way.
Yeah,
Whoops, there's my duck noise.
Yeah. Thursday nights are yours, Sage.
So
That
for
was
our
number 3. That was number 3.
I love you guys.
If anybody had that in their bingo pool, Crayvis was number 3 to drop the F-bomb.
that makes more
I
editing
think
for me.
everyone brings a certain aspect as a CC content creator to this entire community. I am not the guy that's gonna say, "Oh, I can tell you exact percentage in math and what to do here and what to do there." I'm just not that guy. So the reality is I got some information. I know what to do, okay, with my team and whatnot. But I'll tell you right now, go to somebody else's channel who knows how to do that. I'm like, you asked me an advanced question about math. It's not that I'm necessarily bad or good at math. It's just, it's not the point. It's not where I'm going to focus my energy on. If you want to ask, somebody like something, whatever, then yeah, sure. Like you can ask me a random question. It might be hard, but I'm not going to get into that REM world at all. It's just not where I'm going to go. But the person I lurk most on is Goofy. Okay, and I'm in there mainly because I'm number 1, I'm trying to get back to FTP. Okay, and number 2, I think he has a very similar idea for what I want to do with resource management. Okay, everyone knows I have 14,000 cores. I have tons and tons of resources. But when I first started the game, I had no idea what to do with it. Now I do. So I'm listening to somebody else help me figure out what I want to do. Yeah, don't ask me about grammar right now either. But honestly, I go to, if I want to laugh, I go to Xero. If I want to go learn about
Xero's our comedian, man, for sure.
the content creator before I go to sleep, it's either Crayvis and it's either Mendogs. Not because they're on here.
In God's name do you do that to yourself, man?
The only reason why is because by that time they're waking up, and I try to raid or whatever, share everybody's spotlight and this and that. Lex, I think we kind of have like off seasons here, but that's just me. I go to PvP for neat. You know what I mean? Everyone has its thing here. Dapper has a different time slot for me, so it's a little hard for me to do that as well. Yeah. It's not that I don't want to get there, but I go to certain people if I need certain things. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So I go to bed to the Mendogs. I go to bed to you.
Ooh. Hello there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna cheat, Brad. I'm gonna cheat. I've got 3 answers.
Dog.
obviously the guys that are in the MSF roundtable are absolutely fantastic, and I love doing this content with them. We've been doing it for 6 weeks now, and we're always supporting each other in each stream. I am going to cheat though. So if I want to do PvP or I want to talk about PvP, Nietzsche, he is the king of it. He's always running it. I don't think the guy sleeps. If I want to party out on Thursday, guess who I'm going? Sage. It's so entertaining. And then Remanx. I love Remanx. He does so much for the community.
Yeah,
he's just a really fun dude. I'm not saying that Goofy isn't funny. He's always making me laugh. But like, I'm trying to exclude the MSF, panel. Remanx.
One honorable mention is Tony Scangili. Like when I want to learn like what characters to invest in, that's who I check out because that man makes my decisions for me because he's very smart when it comes to game.
All right, we'll do one last question before we wrap it up here for the final notes. Lex, last question.
Let's see.
So we're at the end there from Zoomy.
Yeah, Zoomy.
From Zoomy, yeah. The chat keeps moving. So, okay, as a player who hasn't spent a cent on MSF but has played for almost a year and a half, what do you fellas recommend when gearing and leveling tunes? I'm deciding whether to focus on 6 red star or level up tunes that I just like using. I wouldn't do tunes that you just necessarily like using. That can be scary. That can be scary.
Double-edged sword.
This is going to be a plug to our previous guest.
Ant-Man is useful, but if you take him to Gear 14, you are going to feel silly.
Supervillain Ben, super free to play streamer. Check him out. He'll give you some really good advice.
Zero.
Oh my god!
Who invited this guy?
Don't spend anything on anything you like. Always work on your war team, your raid team, your raid team.
But definitely check out Supervillain Ben because he's gonna give you some really good free to play advice too. He's been doing it for 4 years, I think, or something. Goofy.
And my 2 favorite streamers, bro. My favorite streamer.
It's Lex and it's Lex.
You are my favorite streamer, Vin. So if you're
I love it when Venora gets drunk on stream.
I love hanging out with you, girl. I love hanging out with you. Much love.
When she plays Fall Guys, it's the best.
Yeah.
Among Us is the best too. Play Among Us. Goofy.
Yeah, so to answer Zoomy, and I'm gonna try to tackle this as quickly as I possibly can. In terms of gearing and leveling up tunes, you want to first assess what it is that you need to get through. So, right, if you're struggling in arena, you need to figure out a decent arena team. Like let's start from the top. You want to go arena first. Because arena is always changing, right? And you always need to stay ahead in arena. So you need to figure out good arena characters that you need to use. I would then say you probably want to focus on raids and then war. Naturally, don't worry about Blitz because when you focus on war teams, you're going to naturally get good teams that you can use in Blitz. So you don't need to worry about Blitz. I would not say just because you have high red stars on a character that you should use them. High red stars on Nobu is not going to make Nobu a better character. It's still just going to make it. As a matter of fact, if you get high red stars on a bad character, it even gives you more of a reason not to invest into them because they have high red stars. So therefore, you literally have no reason to invest into them, or you don't have to invest into them a lot at all. But you want to focus on you want to focus on your arena team. That's like a constant. You want to really stay well with your arena team. You want to focus on your raid team, and you definitely also want to make sure that you're getting through campaigns. I don't want to go through specific teams, but there's so many different variations of teams that you can use for obviously early game Guardians, get Star-Lord, Sinister Six, get Shuri, get Invisible Woman, get Legendaries. If you're not getting Legendaries in this game, you're doing yourself such a great disservice. Get Legendaries because you're going to screw yourself if you don't get Legendaries. Legendaries are all over your arena shard, or they will be, and Legendaries are pretty much what make the top teams in raids and what also make the top teams in war also as well. So get yourself some Legendaries. But I would also say too, like implement character progression points, bring them up to different levels, 25, abilities 3, 2, 2, 1, with gear tier 5, 45, like do it in progressions so that you're not overly using your resources also as well. And like I said, it's so much of a long answer. You know, if you want to message me after or talk about it after, I'm 100% open to being able to do that. But focus on arena, focus on your raids, focus on war, and focus on your early campaign stuff so that you can farm your gear, farm your character shards.
All right, guys, that wraps up this fantastic episode of the MSF Roundtable. We are going to go around the table to find any points. Sage, as a guest, thank you very much for coming on, man. Absolute blast.
Yes.
Definitely check him out on Thursdays, guys. Do you have any closing comments?
Because I love you, Sage.
I mean, honestly, if you're having trouble with the game, closing comment. Stick with it. Look at someone that you find similar with in personality, similar with ideas. Like that's where you go. You'll know when you know about what's helping you. And that's really what it comes down to. Like you may like Lex because the way he approaches you to you through the stream may be different than the way Xero or I or whoever might approach you in the stream differently. It's just the way it might come across. So if you're having difficulty, stick with it. Find somebody that can help you through the stream.
Mm-hmm. Dapper, any closing points?
Yeah, don't work on minions if they're high rest points.
That's a damn good point, man.
You wanna work on key characters first.
Don't buy those hand offers.
Yeah, and then figure out which minions are good for what you're using. So just keep on right there.
Lex, any closing points before we finish the show?
Nah, man, just, I love you guys. I'm glad we did another episode. It's always great to be with you guys. I love it, man. So thank you guys for coming. Thank everybody. Love you guys, man.
Goofy.
Listen, it's always fun. I enjoy. This is the highlight of my week. Well, other than my kids, but highlight of my week. When it comes to
close second.
You guys, my wife, kids, and then the rest, y'all. Me.
Oh, she's watching this one. Is that what you're saying?
She was
watching Monday.
She watching Monday. Got a red death sight on him right now.
He was literally right over here not too long ago, and I was like, damn it, she might be lurking. By the way,
she's behind the green screen, man. This could be a horror movie.
All of a sudden, you just see a hand. You just see a hand go.
There goes
I'm sorry.
No, but on the real though, it's been 100% a fun experience. I can't wait to continue to do more. Sage, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate your insight too as well. Sure. And obviously, if you guys, there's so much help here in the community. Please don't hesitate to reach out to any single one of us. All of us are willing to help you. All of us have different perspectives. You're gonna hear Mendox talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes multiple times. So
it's a drinking game. It's a drinking game.
It's because he likes to tell you how bad you could have it.
Go on tangent. How good is this? Nietzsche, brother. Any final points?
I mean, Goofy pretty much hit them all. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure all. How many of us are there? 3, 6, 7, 8. All 8 of us are willing to help out. Reach out to us. If you have any questions. We're here as a resource to you. We're here for some entertainment. I want to thank Sage as well for joining us as our guest star. And love you all.
My man Xero.
Okay, so
oh boy, here we go, man.
Gotta get ready.
Not yet.
Strap yourselves in real quick.
Not yet.
Let's get ready.
So there is one thing though, guys. On a serious note, so you guys need to be on the Discords. Like Discord is a huge part of it because like Goofy, when I know he's on, like obviously I'll get the app for that, or like I'm not in the gatekeeper, so I don't know when Nietzsche comes on, but I'm usually on when he gets on. Mendogs, he's on. Sage, he's on. Dapper, he doesn't have a Discord, but he lets all of us know, like, hey, like I'm on.
through
Right.
the self promotion. And then
Yeah.
obviously Lex's and like I don't think I'm in Crayvis's. I don't know, but Discord is a huge part of it. So that way you guys, for those that are trying to stream, like you guys can self promote, or you can ask us like, hey, like how can I progress, or how can I get this, or like is there a way that I can talk to like a higher
It's a great
person?
place to send like a private message in case you're like, I don't know what I'm doing in this game, and I don't want to go to a stream and say that. I don't want to go to a YouTube comment and say that. Can you help me?
Yeah.
Come to any of our
It's a
Discord.
great place to talk to us. Great place to talk to us, man.
Yeah.
And also, right?
And
Oh yeah, you go, Sage.
no, I was saying Dapper it's very true what you said about Dapper. He's very good at letting people know when he goes live.
Is that a hint? But on top of that, usually I don't know if like Mendog would say it, but this video will come out Monday. Not I'm pretty sure it'll come out Monday your day or Monday
Monday
US
your
day?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, US day. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so it'll come out
6
Monday.
6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
6 a.m. So what you guys need to do, okay, what you guys need to do is hit that like button, subscribe button, and if I see a dislike, I'm coming for you.
He's
And
gonna
I'll
get
know,
in his
too.
helicopter.
I'll know. And also self-promoting. I have headbands coming in that are customly made for my subs. Thank you everyone that was here from my stream. Thank you for coming to support them. It's always like an honor to have you guys still here, even though for me it's like 12 a.m. past 12 a.m. I think it's like 2 a.m. right now. But thank you guys. Thank you for all you guys being here.
Yeah, again, guys, thanks very much. That's the end of episode 6. Started out with just trying to help, build a community of small streamers. We came together, and then we're trying to get different streamers on to promote them too, because there's some really good content creators out there. Maybe you just don't know. My Discord channel has been linked. Thank you, Dominating the World. I'm trying to get as many content creators as I can, so it does the live when they come on live. It automatically publishes them, and so it's an easy way to get in contact with them as well. Yeah, guys, thanks very much for your support. It's absolutely amazing. We are doing the after party, so once the cameras are off, the beers come out.
Crayvis going to garage dope.
So anyway, guys, thanks very much for your support. Thank you very much for everyone who followed and subscribed throughout this episode. Really appreciate the support, and we'll definitely catch you next week. Next week, we got The Prior. Super pumped for that. We got some really good content for that. So guys,
Trav.
take it easy. Trav's the following week.
Oh.
Yeah. We're booked out till the mid-November. It's really exciting.
That's right.
All right, guys.
Until mid-November, because Mendogs does nothing but work on this thing. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Just trying to help the community. All right, guys. Take it easy. Take it easy. Ciao.
Thank you.